All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's film room for the Washington and Dallas game. It's a little bit late. Sorry, I've been sick and I was at Penn State over the weekend in the cold, rainy Big Ten weather. So feeling a little under the weather myself, but finally getting back and getting my voice back. So subscribe to the channel for all content here for talking all things Washington Commanders. And yes, it is hard watching this film every single week, but we've got to do it. So let's take a look at the good and the bad of the Washington versus Dallas game. All right, first here on tab is Jonathan Allen tape. Popped out right away for me. I think he did a great job on Sunday. Some reason I've been seeing people talking about how he needs to step up. I think he's had a great year, especially stopping the run. But here specifically, great technique in stopping the run. I'll circle him before the play. John Allen there. So let's take a look at what we got from John Allen technique-wise. Moves over to the left, a little shift. So you can see the line setting up, going to the right side here, kind of playing that the run is going this way. Everyone's going to the right. And then once again, you got John Allen here. Puts his hand on the outside shoulder. Can't really see it here too well, but has his hand on the outside shoulder of the offensive lineman. What he's doing is just getting that leverage, pushing him to the left side, and then you will see him come across with a swim move. You see that left arm just go around offensive lineman. This is the moments I love. Looking back here like, oh, shoot, what did I just do? But still, great stuff by John Allen. Getting up in there, stopping the run with Zeke, shutting that down. You can get a better view on the other side here. You'll see him shift over to the left with Payne. Boom. Guy goes in motion, so they have to adjust. Swim move. Boom. Shuts it down. Great little run stop. I like watching that view one more time. Full speed. For those who can't find John Allen. Big old 93. The captain. People are mad at him for what he said on the radio. I'm not mad at it. As long as he keeps making plays like this. Shutting down the run. Had some help from Payne there. On the other side as well. So great job stopping the run by John Allen early in the game. And Dallas really didn't run the ball too much on us. So I think him and Payne have been having great seasons so far to start. And the biggest impact, not only rushing the passer, but also shutting down that run game in the middle side. It seems like the outside's where we are always struggling stopping the run. So big props to John Allen on that play. And then literally the very next play, speaking of stopping the run, so you have your defensive line here is going to get penetration, but I'm highlighting Jamin Davis, who makes the play on this one. You'll see him. They'll come up to the second level, take him head on. He'll get leverage on the lineman, get off the block, push him to the side, and then stuff the running back head on. So let's take a look at it from this angle first. We're watching Jamin Davis. He's keeping the eye on the running back, really watching things, but does a great job of getting off that block, not staying locked on to the offensive lineman. So once again, Jamin Davis right here. That's kind of seeing from his view here, watching how he develops. Gets that leverage, lifts that offensive lineman up, getting up under his pads. It's all about pad level. They always say the guy lowest, leverage-wise will win every single time. Let's watch full speed one more time. Boom, lifts him up, gets up under there. Of course, he gets some help from who else? John Allen. But still, big-time play by Jamin Davis. He's looked a lot more comfortable on the field. If you go back to the Detroit game, stopping the run, how bad Cole Holcomb and Mayo were, I think Jamin Davis had a good game that game, stopping the run, and it's translated every single week so far. So he is trending upward. So there is some positives that we are seeing on the field on Sundays. All right, of course, we have to talk about Carson Wentz and how he has looked so uncomfortable in the pocket. Honestly, just looks scared, not confident in the offensive line, but also just kind of second-guessing. I think he's stuck in his mind right now. Plays like this are what drives me nuts. Yes, it's a completion, but there's so much more being left on the field. There's a couple things I want to break down about this play that drive me nuts. So, obviously, you know where Carson Wentz is. So let's just talk about how this really develops. The pocket, yes, he's getting pushed back here, but he kind of pump fakes, but he kind of just sits in the spot instead of climbing up and or he really doesn't even have to. Like, yes, this is what he has here, but like, what are you really getting out of that play? Not much. Meanwhile, you have Terry McLaurin here, who got separation with ease right off the jump on the slant here, who can just take it and then come up the middle. But for some reason, Carson Wentz is just terrified, not only to just step up in the pocket, but I think even right now, he could let it go to Terry. There's no one that can really get him. This corner here, or safety, whoever he is too far away from getting to where Terry McLaurin is. I think this is a play where Terry gets it and he can go up. You just never know. This safety's trending that way. He's not worried about Terry, so this is a play where Terry can get it and boot scoot and boogie up the field. But it's just so frustrating because you see Carson Wentz just chucking it down to Gibson, and you get a gain of a couple. But like, Terry knows, like, dude, I'm open. You've got to feed me. You've got to look for it. And we'll see here once again just really what the pocket looked like. Like, he stepped up like he was going to throw it there, which I don't even like what he has over here to the left. But still, come back to the right here. Reset yourself. This awkward stance, like, what is this? It's just, yes, there's pressure, but move out of the way. All you need is a split second. And Terry, you can't see him, but he's open over there. So it's just very uncomfortable, and I'm uncomfortable watching the guy. But he just does not look confident in the pocket and anything he's doing. But I'm telling you, Terry catches that. Even if he doesn't take it to the crib, it is a much bigger play than these safe little dink and dunks that aren't coming from everything. But Carson Wentz looks extremely uncomfortable, and it's just something has to change. I know the offensive line's not good. I know he hasn't looked the best, but wide receivers are getting open. Opportunities are out there. It's his job to get the ball there. Whether, like I said, there was pressure in his face, but still, Carson Wentz had the space to move up. And if you would have just looked towards Terry's way, which he should be doing, he had an easy slant. All right, this is a play that has been kind of bounced around a little bit on Twitter. I've seen people talk about it, but ultimately I think this is what led to the benching of Trey Turner, who has been awful. Just flat out atrocious, and I can't remember if I tweeted out before the game or even after the Eagles game, but I said, I need Sadiq Charles to get going. I need him to start getting some reps because there is no way he's worse than what Trey Turner is showing. And before the snap, you can see he was talking to Nick Martin here, and then he also says something to Sam Cosmi. But what Dallas is showing is this linebacker is going to blitz. Then you've got your one-on-ones here. Kind of have to watch this guy. He might do like a delayed blitz, or he's going to drop back. What they actually end up doing is a little disguise here. So this guy's going to actually drop, and this guy is going to come in and blitz. Still, nonetheless, it's three guys. They have to have some kind of communication that says, hey, if this guy doesn't blitz and he drops back and he blitzes, obviously you get this guy. You'll more than likely pick up the linebacker, and I'm going to put this guy head on. But if they stay how it is, boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's pretty easy, right? But for some reason, Trey Turner just is not prepared and mad confused about something. Like, the guy literally walks right past him. No effort at all getting the sack here. I mean, just blows right by him. So once again, you can see him here talking, kind of saying, hey, watch this guy. Just adjust a little pre-snap communication, what you want. But for some reason, I don't know if he's just fully expecting this guy to come on the edge here, and Cosby's going to pick him up, and he picks him up. But then Nick Martin is kind of stuck with these two guys. Then you've got Norwell having to pick somebody up. So ultimately, what should happen is if this guy's dropping back, which he is, Cosby's kind of dropping back. But you see this guy blitzing. So Turner, right now it looks like he should be taking him on. But if this guy drops back, Cosby's going to chip this guy off. Turner, you need to take this guy if he's coming to your inside. And because there's different assignments pre-snap. Like saying, hey, you need to be outside shoulder. Like if he's coming out this way, then this is your guy. If he's coming outside Nick Martin's shoulder, this is your guy. That's your assignment. So Nick Martin's going to be taking this guy. Norwell here could be taking him. While Leno gets Michael Parsons on the edge here. Maybe chips this guy off before Parsons comes this way. I think Thomas actually goes out for a pass. But still, Dallas just did a good job, whether it's NASCAR packages, rushing 3, rushing 4, rushing 5, did not matter. They were getting home with ease, whether it was pressures, sacks, hurries, whatever. And it's not like they did anything crazy. Yes, they dropped one in coverage and blitzed the linebacker, but that happens many times a game. So you just see how that happens, and just the guy gets right by Trey Turner. I don't know what kind of missed assignment was happening here, but you cannot let that happen. Everyone else has their guy. Everyone else has their assignment, but it's like Trey Turner just completely missed the memo, and the play has no shot. And these are the plays where you're like, all right, obviously Carson has no chance to do anything, so you can't be but mad at him. But I'll show a play coming up soon where with Sadiq Charles in, I saw a lot more continuity in the line. Obviously, Cosme is hurt. He's out for a while, so that's a big blow as well. I'm trying to think. Cornelius Lucas will be out there at right tackle. But still, run game looked better, and the blocking looked much better with Sadiq Charles. But plays like that, for me, with many other plays, is what got Trey Turner benched. All right, here's another quick one. This is a play where they tried to do a tight end screen here with Bates coming out here. You got Parsons here, Lawrence here. They're only rushing 3, and they still somehow get home with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the line. But, of course, it's a screen, which is where you expect your most pressure. But here, DeMarcus Lawrence rushes to the outside. Cosme pushes him out. And for some reason, Carson Wentz is just fading back. And I know it's a screen. I get it. But still, especially with Parsons coming off the edge as hot as he is, there's no reason to be, fading away on this one. He's got to step up, deliver the pass to Bates, which you'll see, and give it some chance. So let's just take a look how it develops and just the awful, what are you doing? I get it. It's a screen. They're trying to let things develop, get the blocks going here. I think blocks are going well here. Guys are going to start getting out here ready for the screen. Bates is passing off Parsons, which is fine. I'm not asking him to be right here, but I'm just saying, why are you going back 10 yards? Because if you get hit here, that is a huge loss. And I'm not mad at Cosme passing Wentz off. People say, oh, on a screen, you're supposed to roll it that far. Not necessarily. If you have the gap here, let things develop. There was no reason for him to get like that. He should have, boom, let Bates get him, outside on Parsons, and then deliver the quick dump pass to Parsons so they can get things going upfield. And you'll see it even more so on the other view coming up. So let's take a look here. Cosme on the right with DeMarcus Lawrence, and then Parsons there on the left. I know you saw the gap that he had in the pocket. And I know it's a screen, it's different, but still, what is the point of this? Parsons is far enough outside to where you can step up and get that pass to Bates going on the outside. I'm not too mad at Cosme having his guy 6-7 yards back, but what I am mad at is Carson Wentz just backpedaling the entire way. There's no reason Dallas should get that kind of pressure on Wentz with just rushing 3, especially on a screen. So just flat out ugly. It just seems like nothing is clicking for this offense. I don't know if it's just the play calling or if it's Wentz, the offensive line. It is literally everything at the same time. Boom. Nothing. Luckily, it wasn't picked. Luckily, it hit the ground. Nothing came from it, so time to punt. I'm sorry, but every single play, Jonathan Allen is there making big-time moves. And just watch him here. Look at this offensive line. Got CD going in motion. Got running back here. Just watch John Allen. Every single play when I'm watching this, he's just jumping out. Boom, boom. Fighting hands. Pushing through. Getting that leverage, just collapsing the pocket on Cooper Rush. Knocking him down. Once again, where's he at? Here, Montez Sweat, who doesn't do anything. John Allen helps him out. Of course, John Allen's still the guy that gets the pressure there. I don't know if he got credited for a sack on this one, but he should. Look at that. Just straight causing havoc. Dron Payne's getting double-teamed over here. Jonathan Allen's fighting hands, crushing the pocket like a D-tackle should. Just phenomenal at getting to the quarterback. spin moves out of there, gets him down, and then, of course, I want to say, I can't remember what that is, just touches him. I don't know if they got credit for the sack or not, but John Allen was 100% responsible for that. But every single play, I swear, Jonathan Allen's making big-time plays. And it goes unnoticed until you go back and just watch, whether it's stopping the run, getting to the quarterback. John Allen and Dron Payne are having great seasons. All right, and plays like this are why I absolutely despise the zone. So if you watch this drive, the 2 catches before this was CeeDee Lamb catching passes on Jamin Davis for being in his zone. And obviously I don't expect Jamin Davis to be running with CD freaking Lamb, of course. So it's going to happen. But nonetheless, Dallas did a great job making mismatches, getting, adjusting things to where CeeDee Lamb would be over to where Jamin Davis is, putting him in the uncomfortable position and creating that mismatch. Now, this here, absolutely despise looks like this. So you have Cam Curl here. You've got Holcomb, Jamin Davis, Kendall Fuller, Derek Forrest, Bobby McCain's little self here, and Will Jack here, who had an awful game. Now, just watch this coverage. I just absolutely despise this kind of zone scheme. Like, look here. I'm already telling you that this middle is going to be wide open. Why? Because you've got Kendall Fuller backpedaling, you got Forrest backpedaling, Bobby McCain's backpedaling, William Jackson's backpedaling. So if I'm a wide receiver, I see this, and I know this middle here is going to be open. And CeeDee Lamb is a great route runner. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. He's just going to cut back here and hit that open spot. Linebackers are bunched in together. They need to be more spaced out. But still, there's no reason for 4 guys to be that far back together. I absolutely hate it. But look at this. Boom. Easy. I mean, this whole field here, doesn't matter who's coming. If you're between the 30 and the 40, you're catching the pass. And CeeDee Lamb sees that and cuts back. He sits in the zone here. Once again, great route running. Sit in the zone. Adjust to what the defense is giving you. Cooper Rush sees that. Says, that's all. I'll take that all day long. That is easy money. It's just straight silly. I hate it. I've been saying every week that Antonio Gibson has impressed me more with just trusting his eyes, trusting his vision and what he sees, and just taking that first hole. Not, getting too happy feet, bouncing around here, waiting for something to happen, and kind of stutter foot, and then, hitting holes, sidestep and trying to create something. Just trusting his eyes, getting there, boom, just hitting where he's supposed to go, trusting his blocks, and just really impressive stuff, especially Jahan Dotson blocking on this play. But just watch Antonio Gibson, much improved runner. Obviously, the big talk's been with, B-Rob coming back, what the running game's going to look like. This is more of what I expect from the run game. B-Rob knows where he's supposed to go, sees where the hole is, and he just creates havoc. And if there's not a hole, he will absolutely create one and run some guys over. But B-Rob, after contact, is phenomenal. Great contact balance, great pass protecting running back. I think he was one of the best ones in the draft, honestly. Super underrated thing, especially with our offensive line being weak, as bad as it is. But still, this is the kind of runs I expect from Antonio Gibson, but then also Brian Robinson, regardless of who's on the line. You've got some wide receivers out here creating some blocks for you. So Samuel goes in motion, kind of moves guys over a little bit. But then you can see the lines all pulling this way. They're all showing run this way. So defense knows that's where they're going. Gibson gets it, and usually Gibson will see these guys like, I don't know if they're getting blocked. You'll see this linebacker kind of freak out like, maybe I need to cut back. No, not this play. He trusts his blocks, gets out there, trusts his vision, and just hits the hole like he's supposed to. Like I said, you got Dotson out there. You've got Charles Leno setting the edge like he's supposed to. Good stuff here. Terry McLaurin, boom. Getting that second level cleaned out for Gibby. So I'm expecting a much improved running game coming up for the rest of the season, honestly. All right, this is a play that really caught my eyes, too, with, I almost said Sam Howell, with Carson Wentz just looking uncomfortable. Not really sure what the heck is going on. And I want to say Sam Howell because this reminds me of, running the RPO, but I don't think this is not the RPO. You don't run the RPO with Carson Wentz. You'll run some play action here and there, but still, this just looked like like such an ugly delay, but it wasn't RPO. But just watch Carson Wentz, and I want to say it's Gibby, but just watch how this play develops. It's so awkward. Like watch how mishandled everything is. Gibson's kind of like, man, what are you doing? I'm trying to block. And Carson just hangs in there way too long, and of course he breaks the one tackle. Nice. But then he's forced to go outside here, and here he is running this way. What the heck do you have over here? Nothing. So, of course, he's got to throw it and get an intentional grounding. Just an ugly play from start to finish. Just like, what are you doing? Like, there's no one. And they try to say Logan Thomas was in the area. No, Logan Thomas was in Tennessee when you were thrown out here to Texas. Nowhere near the place. I don't know what the heck he's trying to do. Completely unnecessary. Throw the thing into the stands, man. But just watch the other view. How awkward. I'm not going to pause it. Just watch. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. It just didn't look good. And that looks even worse. You're not Pat Mahomes. But for the crowd who, like myself, love Sam Howell, those are the kind of things where, he would, do RPO, but it's quick. It's pulling it out, looking up, going through your reads, 1-2, and getting rid of the ball. Carson Wentz is so delayed with everything, whether it's because he doesn't trust the line, he's second-guessing himself, he doesn't want to throw the interceptions, he doesn't want to make the mistakes, he knows, what his name is out there. He sees what people say about him. They know Carson Wentz, always throwing interceptions, this is who he is, stupid plays. I think he's just too much in his head, and plays like this just drive me nuts. All right, I promised some Sadiq Charles tape, and I'm going to give it to you because he's mean, he's nasty, and he gets hyped up on this play. So you will see as the play develops. Little screen here. So you see the screen go up to the top, but my focus on this play is Sadiq Charles, who gets out here, gets his block, but damn, he's happy about it. Boom, look at him. We got a mess going on over here. Just straight ran his guy over, gets him on the ground, but keep your eyes on him. I'm not worried about the big game here. That's cute and all. Man, watch my guy Sadiq Charles getting hyped up. Watch him get up. That's right. He is, look at him. He knows. He's like, bro, you just got ran over. Give me some of that. Talking about angry runs. This is an angry block right here. I'm not even going to pause it. So nice. Watch this. Look, he even told Nick Moore, hey, yo, watch what I'm about to do. Coming up. Boom! 42 did not stand a chance. Look at him. I love offensive linemen, loving what they do. I tell people, football is a dangerous sport. It can be ugly. You are literally at battle, and your weapon is your body. And Sadiq Charles here, man, looked like a straight battering ram. Running him over. You got guys on their butts over here. Look at this. But this dude, he had a second guess what the heck even happened on the play. Got ran over from Sadiq Charles, and he let him hear it afterwards. So I think Sadiq Charles brings energy to the offensive line. I think, like I said, the run blocking was phenomenal. The pass protection was much better on that right guard spot. Trey Turner is out for me. Sadiq Charles to be starting the rest of the season, especially with all the injuries and everything. I think we can expect a much improved, at least from the right guard spot from Sadiq Charles. All right, Sadiq Charles, man, once again, this is the big J.D. McKissick run here. And watch, that was a bad circle. Watch Sadiq Charles. You know who the right guard is. The next angle shows it much better. But just watch how he just gets up in that second level, does just enough to get 42 out of position here from stopping J.D. McKissick. So he clears it out, sees that he has his guy here one-on-one. He said, I need to get this guy. Nothing too crazy. But JD's coming. I got to clear the way. Boom. Pushes him out. Just gets him out of position just enough for JD to slip right on through there. Get up that sideline. Big play, JD. And then watch here once again. 42 comes over because Armani comes in. Motion. Sadiq, this is on you, guy. He's had 42's number all game. Boom. Just gets enough of him, pushes him out of position. Doesn't run him over this time. Nothing crazy. He puts his hands up. He knows, yep, that was me. And he should be proud. I mean, the guy looked much improved from what we saw from Trey Turner. Miles better than what we saw from Trey Turner. All right, you want good Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz who stays in the pocket. Drops a dime to my guy, J. Uno, a.k.a. Jahan Dotson, a.k.a. the best rookie wide receiver. I saw a stat. He has 3 touchdowns on 3 red zone targets. He has 4 touchdowns, which is tied with Stephon Diggs with the most touchdowns by a wide receiver in the NFL. Obviously, he has his hamstring injury, probably out 2 or 3 weeks. Absolutely sucks because we have no one that can step up because it's not going to be Downey Brown. But still, watch not only the route here, which is beautiful by Jahan Dotson, but also just Carson Wentz as his play develops. He's like, hurry up, get rid of it. The play clock was pretty much at 0. He knows where he wants to go. Once again, Jahan Dotson's a lethal red zone guy. Does a great job. What goes unnoticed is when he released here, he cut to that right outside just a little bit. He wants to stay outside this guy's shoulder because watch what he does next. Presses him, closes that gap. I've mentioned this plenty of times, and people like that doesn't make sense. As a wide receiver, when your DB is playing off of you, so when Jahan Dotson's here, he does not want to just say, oh, I can get out here. No, because the corner can close that space. You want to close the space here, run at the corner, so then when you get here, you can hit your single move, your fighting hands, just a little single move cut to the outside here, and then he gets up in his route to the end zone. But still, once again, Wentz here, before I get distracted by the beautiful route of Jahan Dotson. Pocket looks clean. Wentz is standing strong. Look at that stance. Yes, he has something coming from his blind spot. It's okay. Poor Gibson here. Just straight laid out like a crime scene. It's okay. I think that's 42. You're not going to always get the blocks. But still, just enough time. Carson Wentz is standing strong, trusting what he has, and then just ugly line. But drops a dime to Jahan Dotson. But watch this move. Whoop. It's over. Ball's out. Perfect. Perfect location. Exactly where it needs to be for Jahan. But still, kudos to Wentz. That's the Wentz we want to see. Standing strong in the pocket, trusting what he has, but then just dropping it exactly where it's supposed to be. Like, Jahan didn't even look by the time that ball came out, but just a bucket dropper. That is what you want to see more of by Carson Wentz, because guys like Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel can make plays like that. This right here. Sorry, Chris Olave. That is the best rookie wide receiver in my opinion. All right, I'm going to end the film with this one. Obviously, I could look at the whole game. I'm not going to do that. A thing that just absolutely destroyed Washington was getting 2 interceptions. I got called back. This one here, St. Juice has been playing phenomenal. Just a boneheaded, not necessary play. I promise you, and I told y'all, I tweeted it. I said Ben St. Juice will get an interception this week, and he absolutely should have. I don't know why he did what he did, but as you can see, it was not necessary at all. So, St. Juice in the slot here. Watch as the play develops. Just hooks him. Gets that right arm around his waist, hooks him, brings him down. Cooper Rush is looking this way. This is where he's headed. His mind says, I'm dropping that there. So St. Juice hooks him for no reason. Passes him off. He should have just passed him off like that. Trust his safety help here. And the ball underthrown. Like, St. Juice, that's yours. Even more so, like, even if you don't hook him like that, it's there for you. I think it gets underthrown. I think it's a bad decision by Cooper Rush. I don't think he saw that he was hooked on the waist and just said, oh, I'm going to throw it up there. I think that is an interception for St. Juice if he does not hook him like he did on that play. So unnecessary. I don't think you can see anything from the other view, but still just shooting themselves in the foot. There's no reason for this. Like, just pass him off. And he's getting some pressure. I think this is what made him, force the throw. You've got Cole Holcomb coming up here, getting some pressure at the quarterback. I see you. John Allen, Cam Curl's going to be coming. Like, guys are winning. Cooper Rush feels that pressure by Holcomb's like, yo, I got to throw this thing. I mean, that is not a pretty throw at all. Like, Cooper Rush obviously just forced that one out of there. That is an easy interception for St. Juice. This is where he wants to go, off of his back foot. Not a pretty throw. That's an easy pick for St. Juice. So why are you hooking him across the waist like that? Just boneheaded plays killed Washington. So many momentum plays. William Jackson III did it too. And then, of course, gave up that big, easy touchdown to CeeDee Lamb. But just big-time, boneheaded plays on both sides of the ball. Momentum killers. This team has zero energy when they play. Obviously, people are saying, Chase Young's the energy guy. So on. Who's the energy guy on offense? Nobody. Somebody's got to be the guy. The coaches aren't it. And we can't wait for Chase Young to come back. So, at the end of the day, straight up ugly game. Got Tennessee next. Derrick Henry's going to want to run the ball. Tannehill's hit or miss. Their defensive line's really good. Jeffrey Simmons is a phenomenal interior D tackle. Got a great secondary, good linebacker core. Overall, pretty solid defense. But I'm interested to see how this defense responds to a Ryan Tannehill who is very spotty led offense. But at the end of the day, appreciate y'all tuning into the video. Subscribe as I try to go towards 1,000 subscribers, which I'm very close to. So I'm going to start doing some more stuff when I do that. But nonetheless, appreciate y'all being patient. It's been a crazy few weeks with football season with Penn State, taking college classes for graphic designing, so on. But as always, appreciate y'all supporting on Taking Man with Josh Taylor. Hit that subscribe button and tune in for more stuff after the Titans game on Sunday. Peace.